Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Leo for the month of May. Now Leo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I will not send you a message on any platform, and I do not offer personal readings. So if you get a message from someone on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. Let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Leo. Now, I am using the Gilded Tarot. There are links to this deck in the description below. I'm also using the classic Rider-Waite Tarot as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. Links to everything in the description below. And also, less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed. And so if you do watch my content regularly, but you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right, let's go ahead and let me make sure everything is in view. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. You have the Lovers. So the Lovers here in a career and financial situation can really talk about an important choice that you have to make in your life. And this could also obviously be an important choice that you have to make financially or in terms of your career situation. And the key word here is important, right? This is a big choice. This is not like a day-to-day, like a small detail decision. This can feel very big. The thing about the Lovers as well is this speaks to the dueling nature of life. You can see there are two people on the card, there are two dolphins in the background, and this is the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the sign of duality. And so we're talking about, juggling tasks, juggling priorities, having to do one thing over here for work and one thing over there for finances. Situations like that, we're dealing with kind of the balance of life when you have the Lover's energy here, okay? And so let's go ahead and put this right here and continue breaking this down a little bit more. So in your overall position, you do have the Tower. And if you know me, I like to mess with the cards to make sure everything's right, but thank you for your patience with me there. So you have the Tower here in your current position. The Tower is really a card of upheavals, okay? And the thing is, the Tower, it talks about upheavals, but really nowhere in that does it say that that leads to a negative outcome. In fact, the Tower always leads you to the path of the Star, which is the card that comes next to it. The Tower always leads you to a positive outcome eventually, right? But this can feel like a shock to the system. The other thing is, the Tower is actually a blessing in disguise. If you've seen if you heard me talk about this before, there are no doors on this Tower. Okay, and so this person falling from the Tower did not have a way out previously. Now they do. And so they were trapped in a house of cards. They were trapped in a situation that was not good for them. And now they have a way out. Anything that is unstable, anything that is kind of on shaky ground in your life will be exposed by the Tower. That is the energy. And the thing is, who wants to live in a house of cards, or I don't know why I just said it that way, in a house of cards, or a card that is, or a house that has an unstable foundation, right? Nobody actually wants to live in that situation. And so just something to consider. I do see this situation showing up as like there's going to be a choice that you have to make here, and there's a lot of choice energy, and you may have to, you may be thrown a curveball, or there may be something that comes in, there may be some new data that comes in that that shifts your perspective on something. Okay, I'm going to put it that way. Now, in the past, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the World, and you have the Knight of Cups. So there's clearly, some of you here have been thinking about some type of burden. There's been a burden on your mind here. This could be a work-related burden. The Wands is the suit of work, but you can see that this person here is carrying the swords, or the wands on their back rather, and they are kind of fighting an uphill battle here. The thing is, though, the Ten of Wands does represent a completion. And because it's the last card in the suit of wands, and you have it here with the World, which is the biggest card of a completion in the tarot because it's the last card of the major arcana. So putting this together, Leo, you've completed something important in the past. The thing is, there's this feeling from you where you feel like it's not over yet. You've done a completion, but it's almost like in your mind, it's like you have more to go. You know what I'm hearing? That song, Living on a Prayer, we're halfway there. Oh, oh, we're halfway there, living on a prayer. That song is, I don't even know who sings that. Yeah, you're halfway there, Leo. Some of you, it's like, it's like some of you here, you absolutely, there's like a big feeling of accomplishment in the past. The world can be a huge feeling of accomplishment after you have gone through a big journey in your life. It's certainty. It's Saturn energy, meaning you've done the hard work and you're now at the top of the world. But it's like there is definitely accomplishment here, but it's almost like one leg of the race has been won, and there's another leg to go, is what I'm feeling. You're halfway there. That's so funny. You also have this Knight of Cups here in the lower row. The Knight of Cups is a card that indicates, in a career and financial reading, it can talk about some type of happiness arriving into your life. This can say that you're a dreamer. You have so many dreams, you have so many visions, that you, like in your mind, like you can see something before it happens, which is actually a very good sign, by the way. If you can see something in your mind before it happens, then it's more likely to actually happen. And so I actually would encourage some of you to envision what it would be like to cross the finish line. Okay, clearly in the past year you have, but there's another finish line to cross, is what I feel like saying. And so I would really envision in your mind what it would feel like to see yourself crossing that finish line. In the current situation, you have the Hermit, the Tower, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so we talked about how this Tower is an upheaval. It's a change potentially happening, a sudden change, a shock to the system, obviously leading to some type of blessing in disguise. We have this Four of Wands, which I really like to see below the Tower. Reason being is the Four of Wands is a firm foundation. The Tower is exposing anything that is weak, that has a weak foundation. So I feel like you have, if anything, with this Tower moment here, you have an opportunity to get something right. This may mean, the Four of Wands is a card of marriage, but since we're looking at career and finance, this is about your foundations and achievements in life. And there may be something that you feel like you need to get right in this month. And this Tower moment here, again, this is why towers, it's a good example of why towers don't have to be like sky is falling, doom and gloom. This Tower moment may show you where you can begin to do that, where you can begin to get something right. And I definitely, it is in the middle, so this middle card is very important because it informs the rest of the cards in a certain way. And so I do feel like this event will be significant in May, and I do think that it will, like I'm seeing like a link in a chain. It will cause a chain reaction for other situations here to happen, for other, it may cause the chain reaction which enables you to cross the finish line that we were talking about. You have this Hermit card above. The Hermit is really somebody who's associated with like achieving mastery in their life. I would say there's, even though we don't have the King of Cups here, there's something about emotional mastery, and also I think more importantly, mastery over your thoughts at this time. The upper row is the row of your thoughts, and you have the Hermit in the upper row. Yeah, I think that's going to be important for you. In the future, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Devil. All right, so the Devil actually comes before the Tower, and it's like the Devil's like the warning shot before the Tower event happens. And the thing is, you can't really prevent Tower events, but the Devil is kind of there to show you where, give you a clue. And the thing is, the Devil is a card of our shadow. Okay, it is a card of something that we have to work through. So remember what I said, there's an opportunity here for you to get something right. I don't know if I've ever said that in a reading. And this could be career financial related, okay, which is what this reading is about. But there's an opportunity for you here in the future to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, now I know what to get right. And I would say, Leo, if this reading is for you, the cards are saying you better do it, Leo. Okay, the cards are saying pick your path. Which path is right for you? I can't tell you. I don't know. Only you know. I can only open the door. It's you who must walk in, which is what Morpheus said from the Matrix. And so what door are you walking through, right? Like, what window is being exposed for you? What window are you looking through? You have the Seven of Pentacles here as well, which is about long-term finances and long-term financial success. Something that you've planted a long time ago finally coming into bloom, it's a very good card to find in a finance reading. And so I think some of you are opening that door. And I think it could be pretty good for you here. But this is such an interesting reading where I feel like there's an opportunity for you to correct something. And when the universe gives you opportunities to do that, it's a good idea to, listen up, right? And so that's what I feel like saying. Let's go ahead and start to clarify. So you have the Devil coming in again. Yep, here it is. You have the Nine of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so the Devil in the past, the Tower in the middle, the Devil in the future. Something happened in the past, a Tower moment happens, you have an opportunity to correct whatever happened here in the past in the future. Simple. We don't need to even go into it more, right? Whatever it is for you, you will know what that is. There's an opportunity to course correct. You're halfway there, you're living on a prayer. And I get the sense that this is coming in for you. Now you have this Emperor energy as well below. This could be about something relating to the father. It could be something relating to an authority figure. It could be something relating to the leadership that you take over your own life. Okay? The Emperor is a very good omen to find in business and career context. It's about leadership, it's about authority, it's about structure, it's about stability. This may have something to do with long-term financial stability. Skipping ahead, the reason being is we have the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles in the future. Ten of Pentacles is like literally a massive harvest. You can see the grandfather on the card here in the past. It's kind of hard to see, but because of this illustration. But you can see the grandfather here, the parents, the children, and then the dogs. This may be something around the father. This may be something around the family. But the Ten of Pentacles could also represent an inheritance. It can represent money being passed through generations. It can also, more importantly, I think for many people who watch my videos, be about building your legacy, building an empire. And you have two of my cards, actually a few of them, that I look for with like legacies, with the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles here, okay? All three cards, listen, look at this guy. He's like sitting outside of his castle, right? Castles in the tarot represent rewards and riches. And, this person has climbed the ladder to get to the castle. And so it's like for you, you're looking to build that life for yourself. And this is really big. This could be like a really big opportunity for you, is what I have to say, particularly financially. Not financial advice, but if this reading's for you, there's certainly something here where you're having an opportunity to course correct, get something right. In the middle, you have the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Nine of Wands is perseverance, not giving up. Queen of Swords is focus, an intense focus on something, Leo. Let's see what else we have here. You have the bad health card, message, and imprisonment. Let's get a clarity on that. Community. So in the past, there may have been like a health thing that you've ignored, or there may have been an inheritance. This is not happening, by the way. This has already happened. I'm not foretelling injury, illness, or sickness. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying this is showing them the past column. So there may have been news in the past that changed something, because you do have this message here as well. I do think some of you have support from your family or your community in some ways as you go through these changes. Yeah, look, I mean, the thing is, you have this high honor. Some of you are stepping up here. Some of you are really stepping up in your life, maybe even in your family unit as it relates to finances or resources or something. Yeah, you have the Hermit twice. So the Hermit, this is like Virgo energy. It's independent energy. It's somebody who's a master, and it's somebody who's really like kind of going on the path of the sage and going down that path for themselves. So an amazingly interesting reading that I can say I've never had here on YouTube. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.